All right, happy morning, happy Friday. Yes, today being the Friday, as part of our living the best year ever, living the quantum year for this 2024 theme as part of our Wake Up USA moment. Every Friday we do the book breakthrough session, and this week we have chosen this amazing book, The Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just prior to the recording, we were uh, listening to all the amazing takeaways from lesson after lesson. And now let's have a joint discussion. And each of you, please feel free to share your key takeaway here. Yeah. And also taking this moment to wish each and every one of our Energial Shaktis a very happy, empowering International Women's Day. And we all celebrate each and every one of you every day, every way. And thank you so much. Lots and lots of gratitudes to each and every one of you. All right. And infinite gratitudes to all our moms, grandmom, and all the various, women in different roles, in the different walks of our life, in all ages of all, in all areas of our life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So feel free, each of you feel free to wish each other and also share the key takeaway about the book. Thank you. Yeah, over to you all. And everybody can just share and then call the other person so that we can go around and we'll all self-organize ourselves. Thank you. Yes, who wanna break the silence to share the key takeaways?
Mahendiran, was that the Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yes. But did you join a little late?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Some of the insights were, building assets. And I think, it broke the barrier that you keep working hard, but that's not the way to make money. But to build assets and generate cash. That's the key.
Yeah, great. See, the key difference between first and foremost, many people are not aware of the liability and asset. Many times they think it's all accounting term, what's the deal, right? So it's people don't relate it with themselves. And if you look at it, the liability is what you lose the money. I won't put it that way. Basically, that's a key difference between liability and asset, right? Anybody want to just give a try? Investment is something one returns more money, but whereas the expense or liability is costing money. Yeah. Once we understand, then we know that how important we can increase our asset in every possible way. Yeah. So we all need to just commit ourselves that how we can increase the asset and then how we can really control the liability. Not that liabilities will not happen. As we said, it's an energy exchange. Still, we want to do it with the Argato. We want to just do it. So getting rich is not just a complex thing. It's about doing things in a certain way. Yeah. And why many talented people are not rich. Why less talented people are also rich, right? So, all those are happening, right? So in this book talks about, the basic characteristics of rich dad and poor dad from multiple perspectives. And like anybody can become rich. It's not about talents alone. It's about how you do things in a certain way and how we can really bring the focus, courage, knowledge, skills, everything put together, and how we can really view at things our habits, the way of approaching it. For example, he was talking about the tax, he was talking about the investment, he was talking about the job system. And he said one beautiful example, I think we have shared in our Wealth Mastery also, about this, gave an example of this McD, right? And it's not the business of doing the burgers, right? So it's more of a real estate business. And he was saying that you are working for some particular business, but you're doing a business. So that's a huge difference between the business what you do or what you do for. I mean, basically, whom you work for. Many times you work for something, but you should really upgrade yourself into running a business, owning a business, or doing something on your own. And what else may be the better thing? And I've been doing it as a mission, especially for Energy Sakti. And we'll do some special session. I wish all other Saktis also are here. And we want, of course, we have a lot of identities, right? So maybe as a mother, father, different identities. There can be one identity, especially for women. We used to say, even in our women entrepreneurs group, we have a huge group of women entrepreneurs. I've been coaching them, mentoring them every day. And there's one thing which I always say that, what's a new identity you wanted to create for yourself? Of course, you're a mom, you're a sister, you are so and so. But there could be another important identity you can create, that you're a owner of that business. Yeah. And I'm sure it can be taken as a message for today. Maybe I'll just give a very quick summary of the book, and then others please take charge. Like Vidya, you can also add more points. Yeah, so the first and foremost about what the book talks about is about the shift in your mindset. Yeah, and how we can really adapt to that rich mindset, not a poor mindset. Basically, it's talking about the importance of learning about finance, understanding the finance, are basically the kind of the important education. One is about the life education. In life, finance is a very important core part of it. And then what's the financial education? How we can really become independent or get the freedom, financial freedom, rather relying on just one source. Or many times, people get confused with the education. Yeah, education, life education, of course, but many times people miss that important education called finance education. And then the traditional education just focuses on certain thing which you may or may not even use in your real life, and how we can really understand that kind of life essential education, rather just being traditional, but not to rely only on the basic education or the basic employment, to shift your thinking. And then, of course, we spoke about the asset and liability, where how we can really have more emphasis on asset, and then rather just working on the liability, and just really draining your energy, draining your focus, draining your money, whatever the savings you have. Yeah. So that's another point what you were saying. And then how it's important you learn it in a very smarter way, and understanding the finance, understanding how the investment work, how the entrepreneurship work, how we can really create that kind of entrepreneurial identity, how we can really manage money. Like he was taking that, he was also talking about, right? So don't just talk about making money. It's also about how we maintain money. That's what we follow, this 3M system, right? In the manifestation challenge and the first day session also we covered that how you make money, how you maintain money, and then how you multiply money. That's very important. And then it's also about how we can really create actively or active income on passive income. Yeah. So it has to really continuously happen, even when you sleep, even when you do something else. And it can be real estate, it can be whatever, right? So owning the business. And I'm sure like there are few of us are already in that journey, and People even started something on their passion, right? Since last year in our energy, and we want each of you to start thinking in that line. And the power of entrepreneurs, the power of how we can leverage. I think if you would have read his interview recently, Robert, Kiyosaki, he was mentioning about majority of his asset is in debt. Yeah, I mean, basically there are two kind of debts, right? So one is good debt and bad debt, and he was talking about the good debt basically, and how we can really make the money working for money, or rather you work for money, and money works for you. Money works for money itself, generating more money, multiplying more money, and then it will not come just that easily, right? So you need to continue learning, continue educating yourself, continue upgrading yourself. It's like a kaizen way, right? There's a continuous improvement, continuous learning, continuous. That's why we say in our energy coaching also, how we can be the lifelong learner. L. Yeah, everybody type L. The same way, lifetime student. Yeah, lifetime student. It's very, very important. And another one is about uh, how we play the game as not just being best at it, but being the best student at it. Yeah, both are two different things. Yeah? That's a change of paradigm, and we want to be the best student in all that we want to become better at. If we go in a kind of master mindset that I know everything, then what happens is we'll be missing something important. So we want to go that that's a continuous learning, continuous feeding, right? So that's what we do it in a compounding way here too in agile coaching. So with that note, I'll just pass on. Let each of us take some turn and then keep sharing. I just gave a kind of summary. Hope you all found the summary useful. Thank you. Yeah, whomever want to pick, and we all are leaders, so we'll self-organize ourselves. Thank you.
Good morning, Mahendiran. Happy Women's Day to everyone. Mahendiran, my key takeaways from Rich Dad Poor Dad is we have to think to make the money work for us. So far we are working for money, but we have to make the money work for us. And we have to know the difference between asset and liability. And buy assets. Assets is that gives you money or generates money. And liability is that that wants money for it to survive, like um, uh, the home we buy that needs mortgage, insurance, taxes, all those things. So that is considered as a liability. But investment home that generates money is considered as asset. So what author says is buy assets to pay for liabilities. And one of the main thing I understood is personal financial education. That is a very foundation for us to understand how money works and to help us to come out of financial struggle. And we have to overcome obstacles. That's the fear, laziness, and bad habits that hold you back from making more money, I would say. We have to work to learn and acquire skills. So we have to explore and build our knowledge or skills in multiple things, so we can know what works for us, and that would help us decide what would help us to generate money. And one more thing is like sales and marketing. That is very, I think that is one of the important skill that everyone should learn uh, to make money. That is important in this current time, because sales and marketing is very, very essential, is what I feel. So we should learn that. and acquire that skill. Yeah, Mahendra, these are my key takeaways. Thank you.
Awesome, abundance, Sini. Yeah, keep calling other people and just let's play the tag game. Yeah, let's keep it going. Great. So others too, please start updating your notes based on others' understanding as well, so that it will be a collective composite learning. Yeah, thank you.
I'll tag Sukapriya.
Yes, Ashwini. Good morning, everyone. And, happy Women's Day for everyone. So my key takeaway is definitely we were thinking like poverty is like a genetics which we carry from our parents, like whatever we have grown. That's what I was talking to Ashwini yesterday also in the breakout room. So we were thinking like money is only for rich people and only bad-minded people will get money. So that childhood trauma, everything definitely I healed in this energetic journey. I want to say that first. So in this key takeaway, what I have learned is definitely we need to diversify our money, not to put the money in one basket. We should look for a tax. We should diversify the money, and money should work for us instead of we working for money. And the main thing is the key takeaway. What I was thinking is we are like just we want to specialize in one skill and we want to work for that, but generally we are going to get trapped out of that, right? So if we are if we have only one skill and we can't explore any other thing. But instead of if first job if we are learning some skill and in the second job if we are learning some skill, we can implement that and we can even make a company also like that. So with that experience, and main obstacles for these things are especially fear, laziness, bad habits. Definitely, I can say. But how can we overcome these things? We need to identify all the solutions for fear, like especially fear of losing money. What if I invest in a business and what if I lost the money? So these kind of fears we middle class people definitely will have. So that's why we are sticking on to a job like paycheck to paycheck we can live, because we are sure that that money will come to us on the month end. So accordingly for that money we will plan our lifestyles. But instead of that we have to think out of the box, and we should take some risks actually. Even our income is also a liability only, because we are liable, our income is liable to our kids. So we need to produce more assets, like cash flow should come from that in a passive way. Even if you're not working also, some sort of cash flows should come from that particular assets. So that way like we will be in the safer side. And so money will not solve many problems, especially when we are working um, for one employer. We were thinking that money is needed for all our problems, but that is not really true. That is my key takeaway in this session. And one more is they were sharing about the taxes. So rich people will not pay more taxes. Only the middle class people are trapped into that, because we are not ready to learn the financial concepts. So financial intelligence, definitely we need to increase to know what actually the tax complications. How can we save the tax? How can we diversify our money so that we can save tax in the future? In future, if we are not working, what are all the criterias we need to take care, because that time the money won't, we can't generate the money, right? After the retirement age, every day is the weekend for us. So that time what we have to do, for that we need to plan it right now. So even though it's too late, we have to start thinking that what actually we need to do for the cash flow in the future. We have to look for the opportunities, and we have to start looking for some assets which will generate income in the future, even if we are not working. So we have to change our mindset totally. Like we have to come out of this trap and slowly with small reducing the big expenses and investing few money in some business, and we have to explore and we have to find a multiple source of income. That's my key takeaways, Mahendranji. Thank you.
Awesome. Each of your sharing is like a paper presentation, on finance management. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the tagging game on, Sugapriya. Whom you want to surprise and call next?
I want to call Prema.
I think Prema just came in. I'm not sure if Prema listened to the complete session. Happy Women's Day, Prema. See if you can share anything on finance, even irrespective of if you have listened to it or not, it's okay. But your understanding about finance. So we did a book breakthrough on Rich Dad Poor Dad today. Or if you want to take some time, it's okay. I mean, you can call somebody else.
Hey, Purva, I can. Purva.
Sure. Morning, everyone. Morning, Sukapriya. Happy Women's Day, everyone. Again, this is a great book.
I am sure this is the most favorite book by Purva. He's living by that book, I know, right? Purva?
Well, this is actually one of the first books I ever read early in my career. In fact, I still remember starting my career early in the days, and I had one of those mindsets where you just basically protect all the money, right? You that concept of the money working for you, making that as an investment, making your money itself as an investment tool to generate more money. It doesn't just apparently sink into everyone. So this is, in fact, I still remember this is in like late 2000s when I started my career and never even used to do 401k investment. And I heard this podcast, my first ever, at least that's the first ever I remember, podcast from Robert Kiyosaki, where he talks about like investments, and he brought up this 401k, and it just made me curious. And that's when I started learning about this thing. And that's how I initiated doing the 401k through my employer. So I still basically kick myself for losing that money on the table for the first 3 years of my career. Anyway, so coming back to the book, again, this is a book that everybody should read, irrespective of the age, sex, caste, creed. Um, just a lot of takeaways. I'm just going through my memory. Essentially, first and foremost, life is the best teacher, right? We talk about all these things. We read the stuff. Um, all these investment tools that we talk about. And I personally everybody, probably not everybody, but some of you might know that I do real estate. There are a lot of books out there, and irrespective of whatever investment tool you use, the best way to learn is by doing it. Life is going to teach you lessons. Again, you always leverage off through what others have done and others have not done. And that always helps. But at the same time, every single investment you do, it's going to be unique to you. So life is the best lesson. You will make mistakes, but thing is, don't quit. That is important. I was reading a very good financial literacy book where it says is like, it's not that rich people don't make mistakes. It's just like they make more favorable ones rather than they make the mistakes ones, right? So they say if you do 10 investments, don't expect all 10 of them will make money for you. I personally have done investments where I've lost money, but it's like as long as like you are making 6 of them, you're making money, and 4 of them you're losing money, you're still overall good as compared to someone who is not doing anything. So that is important thing. Life is a great teacher. Um, Next is again, we most of the individuals just talked about like let the money work for you. One of the key things that I personally learned from this book, and I've acquired, is, again, we always talk about making the money. It's not about just making the money. How do you build your wealth? Okay, there's a difference between money and wealth. Money is essentially, okay, whatever paycheck you're getting, what you're spending, that is money. The wealth is essentially what is built off through your assets. And you will, I personally, I know some millionaires, if like, and I'll sometimes kind of go, and because I sometimes have investors who are looking for like hard cash. So I would go to them and say, hey, this guy needs 100,000 for a quick investment. Do you mind lending that money? And he's like, no, I don't have that kind of money sitting with me. And I'm thinking to myself, you're a millionaire and you don't have 100K sitting somewhere. But that is what you have to learn. This rich people, they do not just park the money somewhere and sit in their bank. They always make their money work for them. They're always investing somewhere. So again, I know there are some lessons is like you always need to have some hard cash sitting on the sidelines for one of those rainy days. So that is important too. But at the same time, it's really important to understand how you can make your money work and build up the wealth. Other thing which is kind of important for all of us is which he talks about is the tax system in this country, right? Sometimes you just work hard and hard and hard, and at the end of the day, you see when you get your W-2, who's getting a big share of that? That's Uncle Sam, right? He takes away the money, and whether you like it or you don't like it, and you basically sitting every day scratching your head, is like, hey, I'm trying to make more and more money, but now my taxes are there. So find ways to save on your taxes. One way is see if there is and I do this personally in my family, like my wife, she's always been on 1099 and not a W-2 employee. So if you're on 1099, there is more of like a contractor. It gives you a lot of benefits of writing off the taxes. You can take a lot of deductions, which reduces your taxable income, which means that now think about it, you're not making money, but now you're protecting that money within your pocket. You're not letting somebody else get into your pocket and take that money out. So you got to be creative over there. I would like to challenge everyone over here. How many of you actually have your own LLC? If you're doing any side business, open up an LLC and essentially create an entity. Be a managing member of that LLC. Because what's going to happen if you have an LLC and then you're generating any side income after that, you can write off a lot of your expenses. That basically saves on the taxes. It's one thing that we just our mindset is, well, make more, but you also got to be creative. That's where the rich people kind of are creative in how to save on the money, and how to basically save your or reduce your tax liabilities. um and one important thing again, real critical thing, but he talks about, I think Ashwini was talking about the sales and marketing. I've learned this thing very late in my career, and that's when I pivoted more towards sales and marketing. I would say it's sales, not marketing, but I always wondered as a young engineer, I would say, is like, well, what do the sales and marketing people do? It's like, why would somebody even do that? What a boring job that is. But I've realized that it doesn't matter what product or services you are in. It doesn't matter if you're in the business of making marshmallows or space rockets. If you cannot sell your product, you are not going to be successful. So for that to happen, you gotta have some sales and marketing skills. Again, and we use sales and marketing everywhere. Think about it. When you're trying to convince your kid to do something, what are you doing? You're marketing, right? You're trying to convince your parents to do something. Again, it's all sales and marketing. And it's not easy. It's because sales and marketing does not just need you to know your product or service well inside out. It also needs to know what the competition is doing. And that is why, so I firmly believe in whatever background you are in, whether you're in IT or oil and gas, or even Mahendiran, whether he's into motivation, we all got to enhance, we all got to upgrade our skills and marketing skills. We all have to do it in some form or fashion. In your life, in your career, you're always going to use it. And then last and foremost is like, again, yeah, building up your assets. Real estate is a great investment tool. But again, like every tool, don't just I wouldn't say don't just follow because the herd does that. I think the other day when we were listening to the other video, I think Jeff Bezos or Mr. Ambani, somebody mentioned, don't just follow something because, oh, it's a hot thing. Everybody's doing real estate, so let me do real estate. Real estate is a great investment tool. A lot of people have made money. It's just like find what you have a knack for. Because if you have a knack for something, you'll find the ways to stay in it even when you basically lose money, or I shouldn't say lose money, but even when you don't go successful. Otherwise, if you don't have a knack for it, you don't have a passion for it, One downturn comes and he's like, hey, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. So all in all, it's a great book to share. Thanks, Karthik, for taking the effort to basically share it. Thanks, Mahendiran. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Who's next? I believe I'll tag Karthik. Good, Karthik.
Wow, Purva. This is also another, detailed, in-depth presentation. Amazing, amazing. Even though it came out as a very spontaneous, and I'm sure there are lots and lots of, great takeaways around the takeaways. Yes, friends. Yeah, hope you all are also taking notes of, even from these sharings. Yeah. Over to you, Purvan, Karthik. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Wonderful sharing from everyone. Wow, awesome. Thanks so much. My 2 points is to make it quick, right? So mindset and networking. The mindset of whether to be a worker or whether to be a businessman, or how do you actually look at the money from different perspective, right? And that happened because of the networking. Meaning, if Robert might have not had a chance to meet that rich dad, his life might have changed. That one instance or one decision that he made to actually work for him without getting paid or less paid, that changed entire life now, and our lives too, right? Through the books and the knowledge he's sharing throughout. So I think those are the two important key takeaways for me. One, how you look at things, and who you network with, how we take learnings from them, and fast track your success. And like Pura mentioned, I would also suggest that everyone to have some kind of LLC registered. If not today, it will actually serve you at some point. Just get it registered wherever you are in that particular state. And one more thing, Sugapriya is, I think, financial advisor who can actually help us as well. So feel free to reach out to Sugapriya if you need any financial advice, particularly the life insurance or savings.
Thank you, Karthik, for addressing me. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to keep it
Beautiful
simple.
takeaways.
Thanks, Mahendra. Yeah.
Karthik. Yeah, especially the networking and the mindset around, how we can view at it. Yeah. And I believe whatever our wealth mastery or those initial 40 days, at least 4-5 of our members, they started their LLC. I think one of them has even Prema, right? And I highly recommend, stay tuned, in this manifestation challenge as well as in our upcoming challenge. We're going to go even more deep dive, and stay tuned for more. All right. Yeah, Karthik, what? Yeah.
I started my second LLC this year, Mahendran. Yes, right. I'm pretty much done. So I will tag.
High five.
Who else is not done? I'll tag Vanilla. I'm not sure, Vanilla, if you're busy, but
Yeah, I'm just in the middle of preparing. But two things I remembered was make the money work for you. And I was interested with the fact that he wasn't tempted by the offer made by Rich Dad. He did not take up the offer for getting the $2, but instead he sticked with his original plan of learning, not taking that $2 and be content with it. He was very keen on learning how to make money. So that was very tempting, like how usually our mindset is, but that's not what he settled for. So that was something interesting I felt. Yeah, but rest of the points, like, great, all of you covered, and I would want to re-listen to this recording. Mahendran, please share when you get a chance. Yeah, that's it. I can talk now.
All right, great. See, this is what is important. One is a kind of conscious understanding, conscious learning. Another one is like, Vanilla is busy with other things. Still, whatever touched her heart, whatever got into her mind, talking, this will stay for a long time. That's good. That's good. And sure. So this recording, you can just click at the live at the top left corner and then every day like that, right? So whomever asks for recording can always, take it from there and do it. While also streaming it in YouTube. So those, you can just take the link as unlisted and then listen. All right. Are we done? I think Vindhya or Prema, would you like to add any further points? If not, we'll conclude.
Maybe quickly I can go.
Sure.
But it's of a different dimension. Kindly bear with me. First of all, happy Women's Day for the lovely women here and all the men here who you can convey your Women's Day wishes to your wives. Okay, this is my background. I was raised in a family where money was looked at something not so praised or not so. How do I put a right word? I'm lacking words. So it was completely different. The perspective given to me from the beginning was so different. I'm still trying to. It is really challenging for me to come out of that mindset, because all the time it is like work, hard work. The second part, when you work, what can you do? Even I struggle to do what kind of investment we can make, or else multiply things. I think hearing all of you, I feel I have to learn a lot from each one of you. But from the beginning, the thought given to me was, it is something like money is not, it is kind of evil. I'll put it so brutal and blunt. That is what I was taught. It will spoil people. It will. It is not, not so. You have to get, maybe I will equate to this health. Say they will compare it with health. If you wanted to, there is one side where you have lot of money, and the other side you have health, and then which one do you choose? You have to choose health, right? So that is how I am brought up. So to put it simply, I'm being brought up in a way that you have to always look for hardworking, and all those things. But I was not trained or taught about good things about money. Mahendiran, please, maybe I would request the team and you to slowly change my mindset. And I still struggle in that perspective. I will stop here.
Definitely, Prema. I'm sure more than 90% of us, have been brought up that way. That money is an evil, or rich people are bad, or whatever the, wrong programming or misprogramming, I can say that. And even I have been going through that kind of challenge. Yeah, like Vinil also types it. Yeah, yes, most of us have that kind of thing. And we are definitely changing it here. Yeah, stay tuned, more and more on our way. Or those who may stay either part of the Wealth Mastery, feel free to go back and listen to everything once again. You can just look into those archives, or we'll share those later. But again, stay full, play full. All of you, whomever is here, and also let other members also know you are accountability partners. This manifestation challenge is all about that. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Prema, for being so vulnerable, so openly sharing. Yes, Vindhya, would you like to share anything? If not, we'll continue.
Yeah. So Mahendran, about 18 years ago, I took a class, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I went to the class, came fully charged at home. Like I was like so excited and sharing. And it is sad. I got yelled at and And they said, yeah, are you out of your mind? All those cynical things, right? And actually that discouraged me because I didn't know how to go. And I didn't have that fear and courage. But it's never too late to start, right? I mean, and I wish I did it then, but I am going to share this with my children to not take it as a back step, but just to go forward. And I'm there to always support them. So that is like a big lessons learned. And I know it works, right? Like, but how did I had to just hold the stamina and keep the strength to convince others, meaning I should have been the sales and marketing person, which I don't think I was for myself. However, as a key takeaways from, what it is mindset shift. So it is time is valuable. So just go ahead and overcome the fear factor, figure out and, just jump in to be able to invest, right? Assets versus liabilities. I know we always want to work hard, but never understand what the difference of assets versus liabilities. We think when we're investing, on something, you're taking money and investing. So that part you have to literally think through and go through those details. And it's on my to-do list as well. And risk taking, classic example, I didn't take the risk, right? When I was told this does won't work, you're out of your mind, I believed it, right? But it's okay. When you hear something and people are, coming and teaching you that, it's okay to take risk. And then, of course, the power of compounding interest that they talk about, right? And that's also very crucial because every day, every year matters. So, and then, of course, all this will help you lead to financial independence, which I think is a very key point that we need to all follow through. So that's it, Mahendran.
Wow, Vinila, thank you for sharing. Yeah, and several years before you have completed this program, and it's a kind of calling again, and universe has a different call for you, and I understand. Yeah, the kind of restructuring the way how we wanna continue reprogramming, and it's needed. Sometimes it's needed even every day. Also, everyday reprogramming also is needed for this. And definitely, getting better, smarter at that marketing skills. So especially this quantum leap program, whomever have already registered, congratulations. So those who are not registered, register soon. And we are going to go deeper. It's more, it's full of practical, full of template based, practical based, experience based. That's how we are going to do it, including how we can really make each of you as a marketing expert, a sales expert. And it's not that I mean, we'll talk more in future, but again, even Earl Nightingale says that someone I was talking, and let me give an example, most recent example, right? So with my daughter, when she was about to take her elective papers, and she was asking me, Appa, these are the papers, which one I can take? And consciously or subconsciously, because I kept talking to her about this entrepreneurship, right? So she said, Appa, can I take marketing? I said, immediate yes. And I asked her, a couple of questions that, what do you think? I mean, why do you think you want to take marketing and what? And I believe even for our next generation, we need to really, we need to onboard them as early as possible. Whatever it took, for few of us, maybe 30 years, for few of you, 20 years or even 40 years. And now, even now, it's not late. Yeah, to play the game, to win through the game, and to learn this, multiple sources of income. Yeah, there's so much on our way. Stay tuned, whomever is into that, deeper coaching, especially in this quantum level. There's going to be a level up game. Yeah, this year, 2024. And stay playful 100%. I'm sure every day you would see something unique, different, including this book breakthrough. I'm sure if you can really re-listen to this, I'm sure there would be some breakthrough elements which you can directly apply in your life. Yeah, sure. All right, unless anybody else has anything to say, we'll conclude today's session. Yeah, again, a soft reminder for those who are not registered, register soon so that, we'll more abundance on the way. Like I said, there are very limited seats would like to have because we want to have individual focus for that. There'll be a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of in-depth coaching would be there as part of it. All right, and wishing each of our Energy Shaktis once again a very happy and empowering International Women's Day. We'll talk to you all soon. Stay tuned and take care. See you all on top.